Hey everyone, welcome to the WIRA Daily Market Update. It is Aloha Friday, August 12th, 2019. All right, we're about halfway through the month. Don't forget next week is tax day. If you haven't prepared your taxes, put a little time into it this weekend, right? You're running out of time. Um, it's a great day in the markets. You see those the Dow ended up 269 points, and S&P up about 19 points, the Nasdaq about 37. These are all just slivers off all-time highs. The Nasdaq 8,033 is its all-time high. It's less than 100 points off that. The S&P is just 30 points away from its all-time high, and the Dow Jones is just a sliver off 27,000. Who would have thought 2 months ago we would be at this position? Well, not very many people. Or if they did, they weren't saying anything. Another big story that fueled the market today was Disney. Last night they had their analyst show and they flaunted their new streaming service. So there might be an opportunity for some trades in there, and we'll talk about it. Since it's Friday, we'll be doing some trade ideas. Apple continues its push towards 200. Again, way back in late December when we talked about Apple being back at 200, people laughed at us. Well, who's laughing now? Anyways, so in oil had a fantastic day after that softness yesterday. It spent most of the day around 60 in that $64 range. It's kind of down a little bit, but it's just rocking and rolling. Let's go talk about some trades since we're on the subject. And let's start with the market. So we've been tracking it, right? The S&P 500, we called the three tops, we called that capitulation, we called the sideways here, and now we're back in the fast track. We played it exactly like that, right? We had the 100% plus winners here. We set up some positions here, and now we are rocking it again. We're back in the fast track. It's a little bit more of a stock picker's market than it was the last couple of months, right? When you're in this V recovery, you pretty much can buy anything, right? I mean, if you're not in winning stocks in this channel, you've got a serious problem. Click the link below. You need some help. But now that we're kind of close to this top, we're getting to another inflection point. So we want to be careful here. Optimistic, but careful. Our new monster trade. This bad boy got another downgrade today, but we still think this thing is definitely it broken this downtrend. Let's get ourselves into a good chart here, and you can see it. We had this channel up here that we were trading in. We kind of marked it off, but we came below it. But we're bouncing off that downtrend, and it looks like you see that little downtrend there. We've gone sideways enough. We wouldn't like to keep this bar a little more contained, but with the downgrade and stuff, and we know Monster, it's an exciting stock, right? It can move either way very quickly, and it moves on very little news. And so we're going to stick with this trade. We're in some $60 calls, which really aren't that far off, and we're all the way out to the end of summer. So we'll give this a little time. It's just pulled back a little. Our steel trade got a little sideways. After that big run in towards that $3 range, the sector got a downgrade. X got two huge downgrades from Bank of America yesterday and today. And it's back down in that channel. We're going to stick with this trade. We're at the $3 calls. We still got much time on those. And we've also got some $5 leaps out to the next year. We like the steel trade. We know it's just not getting love because, it's just kind of a forgotten sector right now, right? It used to be the Trump trade. Now it's the forgotten trade. We think as this trade deal and stuff goes on, and as we get a little deeper into earnings this week or next week and the following week, this will start recovering. It's a nice hold there at that 250 range. Not ideal, but it's a nice hold. Our retail play, we're going to stay patient with this. Much like what we told you about, never short a dull market here. Right? You see what happened afterwards? That's pretty much what retail is going through. Ever since that big report that just trashed the stock. We bought in over here. We're kind of riding it. We're at some $50 calls, and we gave ourselves about 4 months on this. We're liking this. We think retail, when it breaks out, it'll be just like what you saw in the S&P 500. It'll be sudden, and it'll be good. Our oil play, like I said, oil had a little nice rally today after yesterday's softness. We're moved to the top of that tail, so it looks like we're ready to break out. Only a matter of time. So we'll stick with this. This one too, we're in some $20 calls out to about the middle end of summer. You guys looking for some trade ideas, right? Think about it. There's some good trade ideas out there right now. If you're looking at FANG stocks, maybe Netflix, right? Netflix was down about $16, $17 today. Why? Well, because everybody's worried that Disney is going to come steal its lunch. Think about it. Disney's program doesn't start till November. It's priced probably too cheap. The other thing is it's not as easy just because you have a library with Marvel comics and things like that. It's not easy to overtake a company like Netflix, and we'll see if this plays out. But maybe a little too optimistic for those Disney shareholders. There might be a good short in Disney there, or a long in Netflix, right? If you believe in Netflix. So there's a couple ideas there. Do you own any banks? You probably should, right? Bank of America is our favorite bank, and it looks like it's a nice buy here. We're probably getting a little inverted head and shoulders. Banks got beat up over the interest rate inversion and stuff, right? And December were really cruel to them. But look at that rally. Look at that rally. We're breaking out over tree tops, and earnings are on Monday morning. So if you want to own a great bank, Bank of America is our favorite. If you're looking for something a little cheaper in the banking sector, we love Huntington Bank shares, our favorite regional bank. We've owned this way back from $11, $12, and we've owned it for quite a while. Good dividend pair, good growth, solid bank, solid earnings. If you're looking for something to put in your portfolio that'll stay there for a while, maybe some Huntington Bank shares. Other than that, we still love the GE trade. GE, they settled their lawsuit over the subprime, and it's a $1.5 billion bill. Uh, Look, GE is ready for this. This lawsuit's been going on for a while. They finally settled. The reason they settled here is because Culp knows that he can handle the payment. They've got insurance, and this is not something that just popped up. Plus, too, most people will look at this as a good thing because they settled the lawsuit. They're out of it. It's done. Other than that, gang, let's call it an afternoon. It was a great, great week. Not sure how you did. If you didn't do well, if you need some help, if you need some guidance, if you want to learn how to trade and stuff, click that link on the bottom, WIRA.com. It's no obligation, just a little video to watch, and you can see the program and you can ask yourself, are we right for you? Read the disclaimer while you're down there, okay? We are not registered investment advisors. This show's for entertainment purposes only, and always consult a professional before making any investment decisions, all right? And read the rest of the disclaimer. There's important information in there. And you should get into that habit. So, gang, happy Aloha Friday. It was a fantastic week, fantastic close to the week. We're looking forward to next week and a continuation of earnings season. Don't forget, you got Netflix on Tuesday, Bank of America on Monday. Be ready for it. You guys have a great weekend, and we will see you Monday after the market.